Down from mid-range. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Wide open look, won't go.
It didn't hurt him this time, but defensively, you got to prevent him from even catching the ball to begin with.
Aaron Baines swats it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Marcus Morris, strong finish. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Dragic into the front court. They're down 3. Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Celtics last year, no Gordon Hayward, no Kyrie Irving.
My first
now,
game I
they have a load of expectations entering this year.
Now you think about when you have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, who really came into his own in the playoffs, Terry Rozier, who became Scary Terry, probably a guy that can start in the league but now has to play a backup role behind Kyrie. This team is locked and loaded, and they're the favorite to win the East.
Into the front court, it's Irving. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. The drive, right to the basket. Oh, can't do that.
His timing was a tad bit off.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Richardson. Layup goes down. Well done.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Celtics have it. Hayward. Nice finish at the rim.
And that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Slam dunk.
That boy's living his best life.
Rozier with it. His team up by 1. Oh, nice find for the basket.
People at home, did you know that Aaron Baines played rugby growing up? He knows no other way but to be physical on the court because that's how he leaves his mark.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
Has a look. Rozier shot no good. Late heave to beat the buzzer. 1 quarter down with the Celtics in front.
Trying to come back.
Second quarter is set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Is in for 2.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Rozier into the front court. Leads just a point. Runner's good there.
I 100% guarantee you, That was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
From the painted area, won't go down. Hassan Whiteside. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Boston with the basketball. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Up by 3. Great feed. Sets it up. Slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Whiteside. Shot from the lane won't go.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Rozier with it. Leads 3. Has a chance. Rozier, shot no good. And scores. Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. And draws the foul.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Terry Rozier at the line. First one, count it. And gets both to drop at the line. Dragic with it. Down 3. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Goran Dragic trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. Trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Missed the foul shot. Deep left corner. Trying to cash in. Shot by Tatum won't go. Dragic with the basketball. Down by 1. Shot by Tatum won't go. Missed a wide open look. And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
To Horford. Big finish at the rim.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame. After somebody gets an easy dunk, some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back
Waiters to Dragic. To Waiters. Has a look. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. Has a look. To Rozier. Horford. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
He'd have the basketball. Goran Dragic. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Changes coming from both sides right now. Short jumper misses. Dragic into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
To Irving, and they call it.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions.
Team foul number 3, Miami Heat are in the building. Stepping in for the Heat, number 16, James.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
That's his first personal.
And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. Gordon Hayward pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Team foul number 2. That's the first foul in the
James Johnson at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 69% at the line. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Ball's controlled by Boston. To Hayward. And Jay, they call the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
That's his first personal foul.
Misses the first. Good bounce back. Hits his second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. From the outside, no good. Irving into the front court. The lead is 2. Kyrie Irving, 2 of 4 now.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
Add 2 points to the board. We've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Celtics are in a close game thus far. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics. The Heat are still very much in this matchup. And the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. These are the guys getting buckets, the Miami Heat.
game track. Bench points.
The NBA season is long, and these days, starters take rest days. And that's why it's so important to have bench players that can be productive like we're seeing here today.
player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving to Hayward. Screen coming. Surveys the floor. Hayward to Horford. Almost unlucky bounce.
You can't fall in love with the jump shots. You have to find ways to maybe even get to the free throw line. Keep your team in the game by putting points on the board.
To Irving. Shot won't go. Dwayne Wade. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
Neck and neck. They couldn't get anything on that possession. Let's see if we can get a bucket in transition.
Irving's shot off the mark. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Hayward. Has a chance. Can't connect. To Wade. Greg Monroe sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Dragic lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Irving. Fires the 3. Whiteside clears the board. Wade. Greg Monroe tips it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Dragic. To Wade. Going to launch beyond the arc. Like the confidence, but a tough shot for Dwayne Wade. And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own.
Number 12, Terry Rozier.
To Hayward. Second effort. Dragic with it. Leads 1. Wade. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
And it's written all over his body language. I mean, he looks frustrated, vexed, perplexed, whatever other word you want to throw at it with the X. But seriously, that body language, that's something he needs to work on.
Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
I know these mishaps happen defensively, but sometimes this can be the best thing for an offensive player who maybe hasn't found his rhythm yet. Don't let him get going.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Celtics have it. Hassan Whiteside. Huge block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Driving right to the basket. Hassan Whiteside rejects it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Knocked loose. Shot from in close, no good. Dwayne Wade. To Whiteside. Nothing going here on that drive. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. Hayward. Not that time.
Wait, I'm sorry. You get paid how much money to miss shots like that? That can't happen.
Wade. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets a look. Can't hit.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Celtics have it. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
That misses with a second to go. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way with the Heat in front. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. Partner, you and I were just shaking our heads during this quarter break. We can't believe how good a game this has been.
And we've seen this so many times with the teams that are the most talented on paper. This shouldn't even be a game. But sometimes an underdog, they rise to the challenge. And they really hung in there all the way in these 3 quarters.
To Jaylen Brown. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
The drive, right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. For 3, that's not his range. It's no good. Rozier into the front court. His guys down 3. Bam Adebayo with a piece.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Waiters. Nice pass to get things going.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
And a whistle.
A simple touch foul.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Irving gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Whiteside. Short jumper won't go down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. Kyrie across the timeline. All even here in the fourth. Kyrie Irving, now 4 for 9. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Hassan Whiteside sends it away. That's his 3rd block this evening. Oh, emphatic slam.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Here's Irving into the front court. His group now down 2. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Greg Monroe at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. And a throwdown.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Kyrie with the rock. Kyrie Irving. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
So good to see one of Jersey's finest, Kyrie Irving, back on the court and driving with no issues on that knee. He only played 60 games last year, and he missed the entire Celtics postseason run. You can only imagine what this team would have done if he were healthy and they had Gordon Hayward.
And a whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
That's his 2nd personal foul. Team
Knocks down the first. So he hits the first, misses the second. Gets it in the left corner. Richardson. Not that time. Kyrie lets it go. Knocks it down from mid-range.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Down the lane to lay it in.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Irving with the basketball. Our score all even here in the 4th quarter. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
And the reward, he's going to the line.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws. Irving brings the ball up court. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Dragic with the basketball. All tied up. Just underway in this 4th quarter. It goes down.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
And hits the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip. Dragic into the front court. He'll run the offense. He was was smothered and still gets it to go down. Now the Celtics going to use a timeout. They trail by 2. And the question, do they look for the tie and overtime? Or do they go for it all with a 3? Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
Just a tic-tac foul.
First try, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Miami with the basketball. Now an intentional foul, and they get it with 9 seconds remaining.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Timeout, Boston. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a 3. Trying to cash in. Horford, shot no good. Long heave from 3/4 court. The Heat with the victory as they win this one by 3. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Heat got the win in a nail-biter, and it's always great to watch a team with such an unselfish approach to the game. Plenty of assists were delivered throughout this contest. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Miami Heat. The Celtics must be devastated after such a close loss. This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. Check out the leading scores for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense. But still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
Goran Dragic gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the... This is what the future holds for the Miami Heat. The Heat edged out a close victory in today's game. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all of it. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.